Hello all, welcome to AI Gaming and Technology. I'm your host, AI. Yes, those are my initials, nothing to do with artificial intelligence. It is hard to put into words the enormity of Street Fighter 2. If you weren't there at the time, you'll never. I don't think you'll ever experience anything like it. It was a cultural phenomenon. Even though I think now more players play Street Fighter 6, I don't think culturally any Street Fighter game, or very few games, had an impact like Street Fighter 2. It was everywhere. It was amazing. This was way before the internet days, and it's a worldwide phenomenon. Following that was always going to be a very tall order. Capcom tried with Street Fighter 3. The first version of it, not extremely popular, not very well received. The second version, Giant Attack, again, not very well, popular. To be honest, even the third version, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, which many people consider to be the best version, again, not massively popular. It was not on many home consoles. In fact, the only home console it was on was my favourite machine of all time, the Sega Dreamcast. I'll go into why the Dreamcast is my favourite machine in another video, but the Dreamcast flopped. There's no two ways about it. Even though I love the machine, it totally flopped. Of course, I had Street Fighter 3 Third Strike on the Dreamcast, and I loved it. And, well, at first, actually, I didn't like it. It was very, very different to Street Fighter 2. A lot of people actually preferred the Alpha games, the Street Fighter Alpha 1, 2, and especially 3. And they considered that to be more of the sequel to Street Fighter 2, but it was not. Street Fighter 3 was the sequel. Now, very technical game, Street Fighter 3, not very newbie friendly, or casual friendly maybe would be the better expression. Street Fighter 2 could be enjoyed by casual gamers, but also if you were very proficient at it, very good, you were excellent at the moves, it could be a quite technical game as well. Whereas Street Fighter 3, not really, I don't think could be enjoyed as much by the casual gamer. Certainly for myself, I wasn't a big fan of it to begin with. The more you explore it though, the more you can peel back its layers, so to speak. One particular mechanic called the Parry, where you instinctively usually push away from your opponent to block a move. I'm sure many of you know you push towards your opponent, you press forward. And if you time it correctly, when the opponent attacks, you press forward, you can actually essentially block or parry the move and take 0 damage. Now, you've read the title. If you're a big Street Fighter fan, you more than likely will know the name of Daigo Umehara, considered to be the best Street Fighter player in the history of the game. If not the best, certainly one of the best. He's won multiple Evo tournaments in Street Fighter 2. I believe he won 2 years in a row Street Fighter 4. He and Justin Wong are among some of the greatest video gamers of all time in Street Fighter. Okay, so in 2004 there was a tournament held in America, obviously the Evolution tournament, and there was a fight between Justin Wong playing as Chun and Daigo Umehara playing as Ken. Now normally he likes to play as Ryu, and yes, I am aware the name Ryu. Now in Japan they tend to call him Ryu or Ryu, and in America you refer to him as Ryu, whereas in England we tend to call him Ryu. In fact, I found it quite surprising that the American made live action movie Street Fighter, you refer to him as Ryu. But anyway, we call him Ryu in England, so I'm going to refer to him as Ryu, and Daigo Umehara tended to play as Ryu, especially in Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 4. But for Street Fighter 3, Ken was considered to be the best player. Recently, it's come out that Ryu seems to be quite good now, especially with his Denjin Hadouken move, which is unblockable. But back in 2004, a lot of players played Ken, and you will see from the clips that I show you, Dai goes down to his last pixel of health, pulls out what at the time we weren't even sure was possible, an incredible parry of Chun-Li's full super, and not just that, but to finish off with the combo that he did. To do it during real live gameplay, not training or practice, it says a lot about Daigo. He's very cool under pressure, and it was an incredible move. In fact, it's considered to be the greatest moment in the history of esports. When you hear the crowd reactions, well, I think the crowd definitely make the clip. As I said, you'll see the Daigo clip, both versions. Now, that lit a fire under a lot of players, especially myself, when we weren't big fans of Street Fighter 3, but we picked up more. Oh, well, I certainly started playing it more after I've seen that clip. Obviously, we all tried to do the Daigo parry, failed miserably, and in fact, it has taken me well over 20 years to replicate Daigo's clip. And in fact, I have several different versions of the clip. I've got after I show you Daigo's version, his clip, I'll then show my version of the Daigo parry, the exact replica of what he's done. Then I'll show you actually several different other variants of it, one with Ken and several with Ryu.
Rare footage of Daigo actually angry. Justin's turtle style. Overcome Rao. Now on the verge of putting Daigo down 1-0. Let's go, Justin!
Daigo. Let's hope Daigo can end this one faster.
Daigo, Justin.
So that was Daigo Umehara versus Justin Wong. Now here are my versions. Enjoy. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed those videos. As I've mentioned, if you want to hear my special announcement, I would like to get to 100 subscribers. If I can get to 100 subscribers, I will make a special announcement. I'll give you a little clue. It is Street Fighter related. That's the clue. I don't think many people will be able to give you this kind of announcement, so we'll see how it goes. Again, hope you enjoyed the video and take care. Goodbye.